Just Blaze.
Oh baby.
Killer. Just Blaze.
Oh baby.
Killer.
Hi, welcome to my BFit YouTube channel. I am so happy that you're here. My name is Shirley Trent. I'm a personal trainer, yoga instructor, and I also give pickleball lessons. I'm shooting this video at the beautiful Montana Athletic Club in Big Fork, Montana. I highly recommend this club because they have some of the most amazing classes and they have state-of-the-art equipment. Just recently, they implemented the Alasian Institute that is everything you need for your longevity needs. PMF, cryotherapy, hyperbaric, hot and cold plunges, saunas, IVs, and more. So check them out if you're ever in the area. Today we have a yoga stretch class, focusing more on the stretch part of things. So grab a mat, if you have some blocks, get set up, and we'll get started. All right, we're gonna start in a seated position, and we're just going to grow our spine long. You can ground your hands on your knees, or you can open them up in a receiving posture, your choice. Gently close your eyes. Think about lengthening the neck and the spine, pulling the shoulder blades back, feeling your body heavy on your mat, grounding yourself on your mat. Just arriving, being present, letting everything go that's happened today, and letting go of anything you may need to do later today. And giving yourself this time just to focus on your breath. So we'll start to lengthen our breath, and we'll lengthen our exhales, filling the lungs top to bottom and out into the rib cage. And then using our diaphragm to completely exhale all the air out. Nice. Trying to match the inhale with the exhale. Let everything go with each exhale. Just staying present on your mat. A couple more deep breaths in. Exhale. Last one. Inhale through the nose. Fill the lungs as deeply as you can, and then do your best to completely exhale all of that air out. And then if you'd like, gently open your eyes, and we'll take a big inhale, and then we're gonna exhale. We're gonna turn and twist to the back. You can go right or left, doesn't matter. Take your front arm on your knee, your back hand as a kickstand, lengthen your spine, turn and look over your shoulder. We're having really long, good posture here. Each time I'm exhaling, I'm turning and twisting a little bit deeper. And then slowly coming through center. Inhale the arms up, reach for the ceiling. Exhale to the other side. Turning, twisting, lengthening the spine. Using the hand on the knee to help you turn and twist. One more breath. And exhale, slowly unwind. Take another deep breath in, and then we're slowly gonna exhale forward over the bent knees. Now try to remember which leg is in front, because we're gonna switch after this. So a little bit of movement, inhaling, exhaling a little bit deeper. hip distance, and we're just gonna windshield wiper our legs side to side. Getting into the hips. Nice. Good job. One more time each side. Last one. And come back to center. Sit up straight and tall. Cross the other leg in front. Go ahead and inhale up and then forward fold over those legs with a straight flat back. Okay, I'm not collapsing, I'm not rounding. I could go down a whole lot lower if I round, but that's not where I feel this stretch. I feel this stretch when I lengthen my spine and I pull my chest towards the ground. A little bit of movement. Going a little bit lower. Feeling a good stretch in the hip socket of the leg that's in front. One more breath. Exhale down. And slowly come on up. We'll windshield wiper our legs one more time, side to side. Doesn't matter if your knees touch the floor or not, just do the best you can. Last two. And last one. And I'm gonna have you make your way to table. So my hands are underneath my shoulders, my knees are underneath my hips, and I'm gonna start my cat-cows. I'm gonna inhale by dropping my belly, lifting my chin, lifting my tailbone, and then I'm gonna exhale, tuck my chin, tuck my tailbone. Nice, and just repeat that. Going with your own breath and your own movement, inhaling and exhaling. Good, really exaggerate it. Get a lot of movement in the spine. Be gentle on the back bend. Be mindful if you feel this in your low back or not. You don't want low back pain. But the puff up should feel really, really good. One more round. And release. And I'm going to come back to a neutral spine. And I'm going to thread the needle. So I'm going to take my left arm to the ceiling as high as I can, turn and twist. And then I'm going to thread it underneath my right arm, drop my head to my mat, try to get my shoulder to the mat, and not let my hips float to the left. I'm going to bring them back. I really don't want them to float to the left or the right. I want to keep them neutral, so I keep the stretch. And go ahead and push up. Reach for the ceiling again. Twist, 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 and release. Let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Press back, pedal your downward dog out. Chest goes back towards the thighs. I spin my elbows in. I let my head and my neck go. And then I pedal my feet. Now it's okay if your heels don't touch the floor. That's totally fine. And it's okay to bend your knees here. Whatever feels good. But move a little bit so you feel where you're tight, where you need to stretch a little bit more. And then go ahead and float it down to table. We're going to take the right hand to the ceiling, lift it up, reach it through. Thread the needle on the other side. Relax the top hand, resting on the ear and the shoulder, and not letting my hips float to one side or the other, keeping them neutral. Maybe even pushing them to the right a little bit. Heavy in this posture, heavy in the shoulders and the head, just relaxing. One more breath. And then go ahead and plant the hand and push up. Reach that right arm to the ceiling one more grab both elbows if you'd like and sway. Nice forward fold. Nice. And release. Go ahead and inhale, halfway lift. Hands on the shins, lengthening your spine and your neck. Exhale, release. Come on up. Use your glutes. Look up, reach up, float it down. Good. Feel the hamstring stretch, feel the calves. Inhale, halfway lift. And release. Come on up. Nice job. And float it down again. Right. Step the right leg back. Big step back. And then drop yourself all the way down to the floor for a low lunge. Now if you need to grab a towel or double your mat for your knee, go ahead. Cushion up that knee. You don't want knee pain here. And then I want you to move. Another great place for blocks. Blocks aren't necessary, but they're very helpful. You can get an inexpensive set of blocks on Amazon. And then we move. We move side to side. We move front to back. Try to pay attention. Do your best to keep your knee in line with the ankle, somewhat behind the toes. You don't want to be here. Okay? Pull your foot out. And then you can drop and press into that hip flexor. Nice job. Now we're just going to gently come up. Low lunge. I'm still driving and pressing my hips forward, and my arms are up over my head. Good, and slowly release that. If you want to take your blocks with you, we're going to go back into half splits. So lift the toes to the face, micro bend in the knee, and then I'm really driving my left hip to the back of the room, lifting my tailbone, straight flat back, reaching my chest towards my knee or my head towards my toes. And I'm keeping my long breath. Breathing, breathing. Good, deep hamstring stretch on that left leg right now. It's okay to move. Excellent. And then slowly come forward. And this time I'm going to walk my foot out to the edge of my mat, and then I'm going to get on my pinky toe side, and I'm going to let my knee flop out. So this is called lizard. I'm going to work my back leg back a little bit, release my toe, and then I'm just going to let this knee fall out to the side. And I can be on blocks, I can have my hands on the floor, I could just start to bend my elbows a little bit. You can also stack your blocks and come down. You could come down all the way to the floor if you'd like. But the biggest thing, if you go low, is don't cheat into your right side. You gotta stay to the left. So I always say it's not how low you go, it's if you feel the pose. Nice lizard here. Great job. And then slowly come back. Move that foot back in line with your hip. Come back into your low lunge. You can put your hand on a block or the floor, your right hand, and we're just going to turn and twist to the left. Open up the chest. I'm turning and twisting my shoulders. If that is too hard with the arm, feel free to put the hand on the hips. If this is hard for your neck, go ahead and look down at the ground. But definitely work on this, opening the chest towards the ceiling. And slowly release that. Ooh, anybody feeling that? A little bit of a burn through here. Come back to table. Good. And let's cat-cow a few times. Just a couple. Deep cat-cows. Nice. And just make some circles. Big circles. In table. Shoulders, hips, other direction. your hips. Downward dog, stretch it back. Chest goes towards your thighs, relax your head. Excellent, good job. Now we're gonna slowly walk to the front of our mats. You may wanna use your blocks to help you walk to the front of your mat. Give yourself a little more space. Feel free, if you have them, use them. Inhale, halfway lift. And release. Come on up. Look up, little back bend here. Pull your hands down to heart center, and we're gonna find chair pose. We're just gonna sit our bottoms back. We're gonna look down, make sure we can see our toes. Nice, little chair pose here. We're gonna lift our shoulders up, chest up, and then sink into our legs. Good. Just keeping our hands at heart center unless you want to have them out or up, your choice. And then you're just gonna forward fold. Exhale. Nice. Feel those hammies. And your hands are planted, and you're gonna step the left leg back. And slowly drop it down for low lunge. Go ahead and pat your knee if you need to. Grab a blanket or a towel or a small pillow. They make really cool knee mats for yoga that look like a little flower. Those are very helpful if you're not on carpet. Sometimes I'll just put an extra yoga mat underneath my good yoga mat. Okay, we're moving here in low lunge. Side to side, front to back. My knees in line with my ankle. Good, feeling a good hip flexor stretch right here. Great job. And then we're slowly gonna rock back for half splits. So you can lift the toes, micro bend in the knee. I'm gonna lift my tailbone, and then I'm gonna go forward with a long spine. With blocks or without, your choice. Half splits. Really working on my right hip, going to the back of the room. Don't let your body cheat. Your body will cheat. So come back to center and then pull the right hip to the back of the room. Lift the toes towards your face. Deep hamstring stretch. Great job. One more breath here. Exhale. Slowly come out of that. Come up. And then we're going to take the foot out to the edge of your mat. I'm going to lift the inside of my foot, and I'm going to let my knees start to fall out. Might get my blocks ready if you have them. You don't need them, but if you have them, great. And I'm going to set up for lizard. Let the knee fall out, drop my hips forward, and then decide if I want to go down a little lower into my lizard or not. It's up to you. Just make sure you're not falling to the left. I gotta push into my right side to keep the integrity of the stretch. Beautiful. Keep it up. I know you're feeling it. One breath. One more. Come on, deep breath in. Slowly exhale out. And then push yourself up. Bring the foot in line with your hips again. Drop forward. Plant your hand on your block or the mat, your left hand, and then we're going to turn and twist to the right. Nice. Hand can be on your hip if you'd like. Turning, twisting, rotating my chest towards the ceiling. If that bothers your neck, just look down at the ground. It's up to you. Slowly unwind. take that leg back for table. And let's just do some hip circles. Let's go to the left side first. We're just gonna do some big hip circles for all those hip openers we just did. Nice, both directions a few times. And then switch other side. Big circles, both directions. Excellent. All right, let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Press back. And then slowly walk to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Then it doesn't matter to me which, I'm gonna step my left foot back, and then I'm just gonna pivot to the long edge of my mat. It doesn't matter which foot you step back on. It's up to you. And then we're just dropping down. So forward fold, wide leg, forward fold. Dropping the head, letting everything go, maybe doing some movement side to side. I'm definitely pulling up in my quads, tightening up my quads so my hamstrings can release. And then I'm slowly gonna walk over to one side, and I'm gonna lift the opposite toes of the straight leg. I'm gonna pull my toes up. Now you can go down as low as you want here. I mean, you could go down, bring your hands up to heart center. You can stay here. You know, you can even be here depending on your flexibility. No judgment. It just as long as you feel it on the inner thigh of the straight leg, you're doing it right. Press into those hips though. Try to drop them a little bit more to the floor each time. Great inner thigh stretch. Slowly come through center, and we're gonna walk it to the other side. Same thing, other side. You pick how low you go. If you wanna go all the way down, great. If you wanna go right here. You know, honestly, sometimes I feel it better in my inner thigh if I don't go all the way down. So, it's up to you. Your class, your choice. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? All right, back to center. One more time, center. Maybe you can go down a little bit lower down. A little more open. Great job. Breathe. And exhale. Let your head and neck go. Good, walk the feet in a little bit. It's a little bit wider than shoulder width. Toes are out, and I'm gonna drop down for my low yoga squat. Hands are gonna be at heart center, and then I'm gonna really push into my knees with my elbows and open up my inner thigh. Now again, you might be right here. You might be right here. It's all good. You just go down as low as you feel comfortable. It's okay too if you come up a little bit on your toes, if your ankles don't quite have that flexibility yet, to stay down. But we're lifting the chest. We're stretching the inner thighs. Nice. And go ahead and plant your hands, lift your hips. Let's turn and face the front of our mats again. Inhale, halfway lift. And release. Come on up. Float it up. Look up. Baby back bend here. Hands come down to heart center. Now if you feel comfortable, I'd like you to bring your toes to touching and gently close your eyes for a few breaths. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. But what we're trying to do is to ground ourselves back on our mat. Bring our heart rate down a little bit and reestablish our long, deep breathing. Nice job. want to try to find a focal point, something in the distance, straight ahead that does not move. Grounding that standing leg. And a strong tree trunk here, right? Then if you want to challenge yourself, like I just did, you start to move your hands. If your balance is pretty solid, you want to start to move. And you can even look around the room to make it harder. But if you don't want to, stay right here. And just focus and concentrate. Balance is so important as we get older. Can't emphasize that enough. This is what's going to keep you from falling and breaking a hip someday. Nice. One more breath. Slowly exhale. Great job. Release that. Go ahead and take it up. Float it down. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And release. Come on up. Let's take it down for chair pose one more time. Find your squat. Good. Feet can be together, knees can be together. I can see my toes when I look down. Beautiful. Good. Inhale halfway or all the way up. Release. Halfway lift. And release. Come on up. Bring the hands down to heart center. All right, we're going to do tree pose on the left side. Kickstand, calf, or above the knee. Your choice. I always think above the knee, depends on how slippery your yoga pants are. Start at heart center. Start with a focal point. Use the ab muscles. Nice job. Grow your tree limbs if you want. I'm just here to guide you. You get to choose what you do. Look around the room if you want. Nice. Really, really good. And slowly release that out. Shake those legs out. Good. We're going to slowly make our way to our backs on our mats. Grab a quick sip of water if you need to. We're going to start to wind down some. A few more stretches on our back. Lower yourself ever so slowly. Take your time coming down. Use your tummy muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hug those knees into your chest and rock side to side. Good. As you pull your knees in, I'm going to pull my hips back down to the floor to feel good lengthening in my low back. Nice. Okay, I'm going to take my right leg above my left knee, and I'm going to reach through and pull that in. Now, if this is really tight for you, go ahead and put your heel as close to your glutes as possible and push the knee out and away. You'll still feel the stretch. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to be here. And then if you want to feel even more, you can interlace the fingers below the kneecap and then pull the knee in. Rocking the hips, maybe side to side if that feels good. But definitely pulling in towards my armpit. But dropping my hips at the same time. grab my shin. Just do what you feel in your hip socket. Don't do anything you don't need to do. As long as you're feeling it, you're doing it right. As you pull in, you're going to drop your hips to the floor. Nice. One more breath. And slowly release. Unwrap your legs, tee out your arms, and then slowly drop your knees with your feet coming with you off to the side. A lot of times people want to keep their feet here and drop their knees. So we're going to pick them up and come all the way up and over. And then I'm going to take my right hand on my left knee, and then I'm just going to look to the left. And work on keeping my shoulder down. Nice spinal twist. Keep breathing. Last breath. And slowly come back to center. Grab the outsides of your feet. You can actually grab your calves, your ankles, or the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Pull it down. Knees come to your rib cage. Rock side to side. Nice job. One last hug in. Hug, hug, hug. Maybe even pull your head up. Squeeze everything as tight as you can. Make yourself a little ball. And then release. Take it out for Shavasana, your last resting posture. So we let the arms fall out. We let the toes fall out. We relax the head and the neck. And we do our best to not think in this posture. So we're going to come back to our breath if our mind gets busy, and just breathe. And we'll just take a couple of minutes here before we close out our practice. This is the most important posture of your day, so take advantage of it. There's not many times throughout the day you get to just be quiet and fully rest. Give a big stretch overhead. Point your toes. Reach your hands. Go ahead and roll over to one side or the other and push yourself up. Oh, that felt so good, didn't it? Find a seated posture. And we will just close out with one last big, deep breath in. Fill the lungs. Exhale out. Remember, if you're breathing